As we've reported, last Friday, the Texas Supreme Court put an end to a decade of what had been called a perfect example of double taxation. It involves the Oxycheme plant out at the old Naval Station, Ingleside. Millions of dollars in tax revenue was on the line for Nueces and San Patricio counties, and San Pat County came out the winner. Well, tonight our Rudy Trevino has more on what it all means for us. Rudy?
Well, Joe, thanks to a new law passed by the Texas legislature last year allowing property owners who believe they are being taxed by more than one entity can ask the state court to decide what county is owed the taxes. In this case, justices decided the Oxycheme property sat on San Patricio County land.
My contention is that Nueces County nor the city of Corpus Christi can provide any services whatsoever to that industry. Whenever they had an ambulance call or need of law enforcement or fire, whatever else that would be provided by the Nueces County City of Corpus Christi, it came from us.
The state's highest court issued a statement directing the Nueces County Tax Appraisal District to stop issuing tax bills to the terminal and other facilities owned by the company. The property in question included some commercial piers that extended from San Pat County into the waters of Corpus Christi Bay, which is considered Nueces County. While Nueces County can't appeal the case, it does have an option.
You know, there's nobody to appeal past the Texas Supreme Court, but it would have to be a motion, I think a motion for rehearing with that Supreme Court. And you have to have some new evidence for that rehearing before they're going to grant you a rehearing, so they're not granted very often.
Commissioner Chesney says Nueces County commissioners will meet with their lawyers in executive session on Wednesday to discuss their options.